So I recently went through the whirlwind of dating with someone that showcased many narcissistic traits. And if there's a silver lining, it's that I've quickly become some sort of an expert. I had heard of narcissism before, but I hadn't educated myself enough on the topic. And I had no idea that there were crystal clear signs that you can rely on to protect yourself from these kind of individuals that could possibly cause you a lot of emotional harm. Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of individuals who seem to have a serious lack of empathy and a need to continuously boost their egos. And hopefully after this video, you will never fall for a narcissist's charm again. So let's start off with the official definition of narcissism. So narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need to seek too much attention and want people to admire them. And people with this disorder may lack the ability to understand or care about the feelings of others. So let's move on to the signs that help you recognize them right from the start. The first sign and the first phase in the narcissistic abuse cycle is love bombing. So what is love bombing? Well, think of it like someone suddenly giving you lots of attention, compliments, and gifts that could feel as overwhelming or too good to be true. It seems great at first, and it is great because you feel special, but it's usually a little bit too much too soon. It's like they're trying to win you over with a big show of affection that isn't really about you. And it's not real. It's like they're putting on a show just to get you to like them. And this all to make you think that they are the perfect match for you. And it's almost like they're trying to buy your affection with gifts and grandiose efforts. And it's their way to fast forward the bond. But in reality, it's just a way to control you and to speed up the emotional connection. I kind of see it as an all-out marketing campaign with one goal, to make you theirs. But then suddenly, well, you set a boundary or you don't give them what they want. And then from being love bombed, they withdraw and they go into the next step of the narcissistic cycle of abuse, which is devaluation. So suddenly, the narcissist turns into a cold and distant person, and you have no idea what's really going on, or you just don't know what you did wrong, right? Well, they probably lost their interest. You are not fitting in their fairy tale illusion anymore, and yeah, they devalue you, and well, at some point they're gonna discard you because it wasn't real. It wasn't real. Okay, so they cannot maintain this love bombing phase forever, and it's really painful if you were the one being love bombed in the first place. Then sign number 2, rushing into things. Well, you've only had a few dates, and they are already introducing you to their family and close friends. It's kind of like they've handed you the keys of their inner circle way too soon. You're literally feeling like VIP in their life. It's like they're stamping a sold sticker on your forehead. But aren't relationships supposed to marinate a bit? If things go too fast for you, it's more than legit to ask them to slow down. Well, just to give you an example of this. So in my experience, the guy I was dating made pictures of us on the first date, and he invited me for dinner with his parents on the second date. And I was really enjoying it. I thought, like, this guy knows what he wants, he sees a lot of potential in our bond, and he doesn't want to waste any time, and I don't want to waste my time either. And let's just go for it, and let's do it fast. And I fell for this seemingly love story roller coaster, but at some point, things got real, and he suddenly discarded me, blaming me for breaking the spell and shattering his illusion, which was a very painful experience to me. But in the end, it was one of the best things that could have happened to me because I learned so much. It was a short story, but it taught me a lifelong lesson. And that's also the silver lining. Dating a narcissist once, and you'll turn into a narcissist detective. So if your love story feels like it's on steroids, it feels like too good to be true, it probably is, okay? And it's totally okay to hit pause and say, like, let's take it slow, huh? Because your heart deserves a real-time romance, not a sprint to the finish line. And sometimes if you would say, oh, let's take it a little bit slower, they suddenly lose interest. And that is also a way to see like, okay, this was not the real deal. And also remember that nobody is perfect. Even at the beginning, we always have this tendency to show, the best version of ourselves. It's not real. And every good characteristic has a downside to it. An example of that is someone is really, really funny and you have an amazing laugh with this person and, you're always laughing and joking around. But once things get serious, he might not be able to talk about his feelings, or he might shy away from like the smallest conflict you guys might have. That's it. Nobody's perfect, and that's perfectly fine. Let's go to sign number 3, which is the overwhelming charm offensive. So have you ever met someone who's just too nice? It all seems too good to be true. Yeah? Have you ever met someone who seems, to be perfect? Well, they're not. They might be super charming, attentive, good listeners, and they just get you. It's like they've read the manual on your life and they are playing the role of your ideal partner, of your Prince Charming. But here's the twist. They're like chameleons, changing their colors to match yours. Suddenly, they love everything you love and hate everything you hate. It's a bit too convenient, isn't it? This isn't about a real connection. It's actually a strategy from the narcissist's playbook. Because what they do is they mirror your personality to draw you in quickly and make you feel like you found the one. And then they can control you and they have like power over you. And this kind of charm is obviously not genuine affection. They want you to be hooked on their attention and thinking you've hit the relationship jackpot. But then again, real connections aren't built overnight with overwhelming perfection. So if someone is laying it on thick with the charm, take a step back and look for the real, the genuine. Because true charm grows with time. It doesn't come in a sudden tsunami overload. So the next sign is relationship hopping. So if someone hops from one relationship to the other, this could be an indication that you might be dating a narcissist. It's like one of their characteristics, right? So a narcissist is someone who's afraid of being alone and constantly seeks what's called narcissistic supply, which is the attention and admiration that new relationship bring, of course. Well, I mean, you can also get attention and admiration from exes or from friends with benefits, but they thrive on the honeymoon phase, this excitement. But then again, this is all surface level. And when you're in your honeymoon phase of the relationship still lacks a lot of depth. But narcissists love this phase, the love bombing, and it's all about feeding their ego, like these amazing loving feelings, they are still in their illusion. And for them, it's all about feeding their ego, not building lasting relationships, Because once the initial thrill fades, or once you put boundaries, or they disagree with you about something, or they might dislike something about you, they're extremely quick to move on to the next one, discarding partners in search of new validation and, attention thrills. And they're basically looking for someone perfect who could possibly give them the supply rush they are so desperately looking for. It's a cycle of shallow commitment driven by their need for constant admiration. Then the 5th sign is the exclusivity rush. Picture this. You barely had time to learn their middle name and they're looking to seal the deal already, to make your one and only in record time. Like they want to be your Prince Charming. And sure, it's very flattering at first because you think that they really know what they want, but let's be real. Do they genuinely know the person behind the profile, or are they just in love with the idea of being in love and having a relationship and having constant narcissistic supply? Attention, validation. Because genuine connections, again, aren't built in one day. They're cultivated over time through shared experiences and trust. And if someone's pushing for exclusivity or an instant relationship very soon, it's a sign they're more interested in the idea of having some random relationship than being with you. And by being with you, I mean the unedited version of you. Because remember, good things take time. Love is no exception. No one is perfect. And don't rush into things if it doesn't feel right. But that's usually the thing. It feels really amazing, but sometimes you need to rationally think whether you really know this person good enough to initiate a deeper bond, or that you need more time to get to know this person more. and to see all his sides, because people have different characters. You need to see them, with their friends. You need to see them angry. You want to see them in as many contexts as possible to be able to judge whether they are a good fit for you. Sign number 6, my way or the highway. They want to control the relationship. That's what it's all about. And narcissists want things done their way. Whether it's an open or monogamous relationship, it's got to be on their terms. And they'll manipulate you into agreeing. Yeah, maybe in a very nice way. Yeah. But this is the scenario where every choice, from picking the restaurant to defining the relationship, becomes a one-person show. It's their way or the very lonely highway. They package it beautifully. Like it's all wrapped in love and care, and it's all about you. But let's peel back those layers, shall we? Because at the core, it's about control. Steering the relationship according to their personal roadmap with little regard for your thoughts or feelings. Then the next sign is superiority complex. Narcissists often see themselves as superior beings. They might tell you that you're lucky to have found them, that you've hit the jackpot in love, huh? It's as if they think they're a huge prize and you should feel grateful just to be around them. But then here's the deal. Love isn't about one person being up high and the other down low. It's not about feeling that you've won some sort of prize because someone decides to be with you. If someone keeps making you feel like they're too good for you and you're just lucky to have them, that's not cool. Real love is about two people treating each other as equals, respecting and valuing each other for who, you guys really are. You're not someone's fan or follower in a relationship. You're their partner. So if your date is all acting high and royal, it might be time to remind them that you're both on the same level, or you could maybe find someone who already knows that. So sign number 8 is superficial attraction. So they don't really like you for who you are. They like you for what you can provide to them. If you ask them what they really like about you, you'd probably hear a list of practical benefits rather than personal characteristics. It's really insane. This is when you realize they don't cherish you for your quirks, your laugh, or your heartfelt dreams. Instead, you're like a Swiss Army knife of benefits to them. Ask them what they adore about you and brace yourself for a cold list of conveniences you bring to their table. Your skills, your assets, your connections. It's less about the unique melody of your soul and more about the symphony of advantages you provide. It feels like being some sort of human accessory. And it's a stark realization when you see that their love is extremely conditional, based on what you can supply, not on who you inherently are. And if you find yourself reduced to a list of utilities rather than being celebrated for your true self, it could be a glaring neon sign that you're dealing with someone who has narcissistic traits. And remember, you're not a tool in someone's kit. You're a masterpiece with your own story and you are deserving of love. Sign number 9 already. Excessive ex connections. Narcissists often stay in close contact with their exes for one simple reason. Narcissistic supply, the validation and the control they want to keep having on, their surroundings. Think of it like a bottomless ego bucket they need you and others to keep filling. They crave constant validation and they're like collectors, keeping their exes around to make themselves feel important and loved. It's like they're addicted to the attention and can't get enough of it. And let me share my own experience with you. The guy I was dating was in touch with pretty much everyone he'd ever dated or ever had sex with. He would honestly share it with me if I have to stop seeing guys I had sex with, I don't have any friends. His friend list was like a romantic gala of ex-partners, situationships, and sexual encounters. He'd still go out for dinner with exes, chat with them, and they'd keep popping up on WhatsApp and Instagram like they were part of his daily life. And there's nothing wrong with staying friends with your exes if it's for the good reasons and if it's really a sort of friendship and there's no sexual connection left. But then if you stay in touch with your exes and you know that they are still not over you, you're there for other reasons. You're there for the validation. You're there for the love they still kind of provide you, and you feel that they still like you, which is of course not a very healthy situation to be in. And it's not fair to your exes. If your exes are not over you, it will be good to have the humanity to like stop talking to them, to give them time to get over you. Anyway, this guy told me that, you know, his friends and exes were like family to him, but then there was a detail that they didn't know anything about me. He hid our relationship to them so they could keep providing him some validation while we were still dating. And then when your partner has an army of exes on speed dial, it's not about staying friendly or staying friends. It's about needing a constant pat on the back, a reminder that they are wanted and attractive. So if you're feeling like you're dating someone and their fan club included, it might be time to rethink the relationship. Because you deserve more than just being a temporary thrill in the life of an ego junkie. Then last but not least, the missing heartbeats. Ever feel like you're talking to someone who just doesn't get it? Well, narcissists can be like that. They might look they're really listening to you, but they're not really there. They're good at pretending to care. They know the right things to say and can put on a caring face when need be. Or they might even show you some tears when it's necessary to play the victim cards, huh? But when it comes to really understanding your feelings, they're unable to do that. It's like they're missing the part that lets them truly connect with someone else's emotions. And this fake caring can really be extremely confusing. It comes and goes, and it's always on their terms. So they can actually turn it on and off, okay? It's like this fake empathy they have. And here's the bottom line. You deserve someone who really listens, who feels with you and supports you, not just someone who goes through the motions and puts up an act. And real caring in the end is about feeling the same things you do, not just acting like it when it's convenient. And if you're with someone who cannot offer that, it might be a sign you're dealing with a narcissist. And you're worth so much more than half-hearted attention. You deserve someone who's all in. And before we wrap it up, it's important to note that these signs can indicate narcissistic behavior. They don't guarantee that someone is a narcissist. And if you are feeling overwhelmed or unsure in your relationship, seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor can provide clarity and support. And for further information, if you want to educate yourself a little bit more, check out the links in the description of this video. I experienced someone who had definitely a lot of narcissistic traits in my life, and it taught me a great deal about myself. So it's not all grim. And I was very curious because, of course, I want to learn, I want to educate myself, and I researched what it actually says about yourself if you attract a narcissist in your life. And this could probably mean that you have qualities they find irresistible. Well, qualities that they kind of lack, right? You are very empathetic, caring, and nurturing, and probably a very authentic person. It could also suggest that you are a giver, someone who puts others first, making you a prime target for their manipulative affections. So yeah, that is something to think about and heal those wounds so you become a stronger version of yourself. So even though it's a tough lesson, it's also a profound turning point in your life, paving the way to a stronger, more self-aware version of you. You know? So that was quite the journey into the mind of a narcissist. Remember, knowledge is power, and recognizing these signs early on can save you from heartache down the road. If you found this video helpful, please like this video, share it with someone who really needs to hear it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more juicy insights into the world of love, relationships, and self-discovery. Until next time, stay safe, stay educated, and keep that heart open. Bye-bye.